I'm staying celibate in 2026.
Financial celibacy, it's the new thing that these young men are focusing on when it comes to dating.
If the man is handsome, educated, has money, but still single, then what could be the problem?
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going into 2026. No kids.
Opinion. A lot of women require a man to meet their financial needs, but they can't meet a man's needs, and his needs are actually free.
Why are some women shaming men for choosing to become financially celibate and refusing to spend money on relationships in 2026? And what happens when men decide their wallet should follow commitment, not come before it? As dating expectations continue to change, more people are questioning the financial and emotional costs of modern relationships. Some men argue that rising expectations, social media, and unclear commitment have made financial independence more appealing than investing early. So, is financial celibacy really about bitterness? Or is it simply men changing the terms of dating?
Opinion. A lot of women require a man to meet their financial needs, but they can't meet a man's needs, and his needs are actually free. He wants you to be loving, respectful, caring, kind, loyal, show some affection, actually initiate sex here and there, show him that you want him, know how to say I'm sorry, take some accountability, listen whenever he speaks. And you can't do any of these free things, but you expect for that man to provide your lifestyle. Take care of your friends whenever y'all all go out and about, because that seems to be a new thing going around. Make sure that you are taken care of. Your hair's done, your nails done, you got a new car, your rent paid, all your bills is handled. But you can't meet any of his needs, and his needs are actually free. Really? When I say that shit out loud, don't it sound silly?
Financial celibacy, it's the new thing that these young men are focusing on when it comes to dating. And as Unc, I just want to say I'm proud of y'all. We always hear women say, my body, my choice. Rightfully so. But as a man, you should be able to say, my wallet, my choice. Side note, you should also care about your body as a man. Don't just go around and sleep with anybody. Have respect for yourself as well. Now back to what I was saying. Your money's a part of your value. As a man, you had to get up and go earn that money. Get to know the woman that you're talking to before you decide to spend money on her. A lot of women hate to have conversations with you before you take them on a date. And it's not that they're worried about whether or not they're going to like you. They are worried about whether or not you're going to like them when you get to know them. Get to know her for who she is, beyond just what she looks like. Because sometimes that's the trick that gets you caught up. You're so caught up in how good she looks that you don't even take the time to get to know her as a person to see if you like her or not.
The entry requirements became a finished product checklist, while the offer in return stayed vague and conditional. Healed, wealthy, regulated, spiritual, trauma-free, and effortless before being considered. Dating stopped being a place to grow together and became an audition where nobody passes. The logical outcome of impossible standards is exactly the loneliness currently being complained about.
The moment that man stops paying for you is the moment he stops liking you. Let's talk about it. It was like weekend 2 of this guy and I hanging out, and I will never forget, we are in the line of Chick-fil-A and he like lets me order first, but he's like keeping the distance, so I just pulled out my debit card and paid for my meal. And that's when I realized that the energy had shifted. Prior to that, he was paying for all of our meals, he was pursuing me, he was like trying to impress me and date me. In that moment of me paying for my Chick-fil-A, I felt like his homie.
The fact that so many women put their self-worth into how much a man can spend on them is absolutely crazy. Plus, she's 2 weeks into a relationship where she acknowledges that he's paid for everything up until these 2 weeks. So why is it that she's so selfish she can't pay for his meal? Maybe he's trying to gauge and see if, maybe she can hold him up at some point in the relationship. Or he wants to know, like, hey, if I make you my wife one day and maybe I lose my job or I get injured on the job and I'm out of work for a long period of time, are you going to be able to step up financially and take care of me the same way that I've been taking care of you? And I am sorry, but it is literal prostitution if you are gauging how much somebody loves you based on how much they're buying you. They are buying your love, and you don't think that's some form of an escort service. Make it make sense. And I can almost guarantee that she missed out on a really great guy because she's too focused on what he's spending. It's only 2 weeks in and she gave up too fast because she's only looking for his money and not for who he is as a person. Okay, bye.
I just watched this woman's video and she was giving her dating experience here in 2026. She said she was dating a guy and she told him that she was celibate. The guy inquired about her celibacy, and she said, you know, that's just something she doesn't want to just share with just anybody, basically. And the guy said, that's exactly how I feel about my finances. People in the comments were saying male financial celibacy. And I think that's absolutely hilarious. This must be a new thing. Please, like, how do you do that? Do you like wait 90 days before you actually pay for a meal? Or do you wait like until you're married to actually pay for a date? I'm just curious how this is working out for you, fella.
Financial investment follows demonstrated mutual commitment. Not proximity, not potential, not vibes. Men with actual financial obligations have correctly identified that speculative spending on unproven relationships is the least efficient use of available resources. Prove it's real first. The wallet opens accordingly.
Y'all know what I find very strange? Being a woman and depending on your man to pay for every single thing while you have a job and you just keeping your money. Meanwhile, he's trying to build a future for himself too, while you just keep your money and just work and do whatever and not pay for anything. I find that very, very fucking strange. Like, the man has to pay for every single thing that you do. You just keep your money, but then you expect him to build up the household by himself. Like, I'm still trying to get in the wraps of that, like, that theory that y'all got going on. Like, I'm confused. It don't take two? It don't take two no more? Okay.
So it's okay for us to ask a man how he's going to provide, protect, and secure our future. But it's a problem for him to ask us how we going to be the helpmate, the healer of the home, and his rib. We want to be the wife, but we don't want to discuss how. How?
That's because they asses ain't nothing but selfish, materialistic ass little girls. Always want something for nothing. Always worried about a man bank account. But you're right. They ass don't be worrying about how they could be a wife to this man, how they could be his real, how they could be his queen, how they could treat him like a king that he is. And then they wonder why these men get with them and dog their ass out. Because guess what you doing? You dogging him out by taking money from him because that's all you want. So since that's all you want, he give you a little bit of it and he do what the hell he want to. Huh. Baby, I want a king because I'm going to be his queen. Checkmate.
Well, I'm not going to pay the check if you're not going to sleep with me. That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Like, I mean, okay, like...
Okay, well, you don't have to be weird about it.
It's just like, I'm not really sure.
You
Like, I
wasted
don't think
my time already, and the whole thing's kind of a waste.
Wow. I mean, nobody really disrespected me like that before. Like, I don't know what the heck
You have to be dramatic.
That is not dramatic. Like, do you literally hear what the fuck you're saying? You literally just told me that you're not going to pay the check if I don't sleep with you. So you, like, you were coming, like, that was your whole intention? Like, I feel like I was, from the day we met till today, I never gave off, oh, I'm like the hookup girl.
I just think you're like a drama girl.
Says the man who literally just said, I'm not going to pay the check if you're not going to sleep with me. Like, how broke are
Obviously,
you?
you're down. You're just embarrassed
I'm
because you
not
don't want to tell your friends about
No,
it.
you're an embarrassing man who's probably broke. Let me see it. You know, honestly, like, I don't even want to be a part of this. I'm just going to, like, how much is it? We're literally having this whole fight over $130. Wow. Cheap ass man.
The default setting is male blame. It requires zero effort and produces zero accountability. Hearing a woman plainly say, I was wrong, is rare enough to be memorable when it happens. That rarity isn't accidental. It's a cultivated pattern, and men have been on the receiving end of it long enough to factor it permanently into their risk calculations.
Your turn to pay for the food.
It's whose turn to pay for the food?
Your turn.
Why would it be my turn to pay for the food when I'm here with my man?
Because I always pay for the food.
I can't hear you, what?
I always pay for the food.
You always pay for the food?
Yeah.
I always pay for the food.
I ain't paying for it today.
You not paying for it?
No, it's your time.
It's only $50.
I'll pay for it.
Well, pay for it.
Yeah.
Why would I have to pay for anything if I'm here with my man? You are my man. You're supposed to pay for everything.
I done pay for everything else, so you can pay for the food.
You what?
I done pay for everything else.
So I gotta pay you. I gotta go in my pocketbook and get out $50. You can't pay $50? Okay, well I'm leaving then.
What?
Oh, but you might as well go ahead and call the server and see who gonna wash dishes because it ain't gonna be me. I'm not paying $50 for this. What?
I ain't either.
You ain't either? I'm paying for this. He said he's not paying for it. So what he needed? What he said that I'm the woman. He been paying for everything all weekend, and now he want me to pay for it. And it's only $50. Give that some so he can. It's only $50. So what you think?
What you want me to pay for it?
Nah, he need to go wash dishes or something, right?
Oh, okay. I mean, we got plenty of dishes right there.
No, because I'm not paying for this. It's only $50. Huh?
Broke women love calling men broke for shit that they can't even afford. If they're broke, then what are you? What are you, boo-boo? It's always the broke folks that love to call people broke, just so y'all know.
I'm staying celibate in 2026. Like, unless the heavens open up and my wife comes down and falls into my lap, I'm not dating nobody. It's not worth it. My heart hurts. You know, I don't want to do it anymore.
Not looking for anything serious delivered after significant emotional and time investment is a particular kind of damage. The talking stage became a gauntlet designed to extract without committing, and men who survived enough of them reached the same conclusion independently. Peace is cheaper, quieter, and significantly less insulting than another round of deliberate ambiguity.
And unfortunately, I get messages from women saying things like, it's 2026, we don't care about men, we don't care what men want. We hear a lot about toxic masculinity, but what isn't spoken about as much is toxic feminism and the damage that that's done. And this is a prime example of that in action, where we see women living sadly in somewhat of an echo chamber where there's so much resentment towards men. And it's not women's fault, by the way, it's not men's fault. It's society and the way we've been conditioned and how we're now kind of pitted against each other. And the fact that some women are being so triggered and so offended by what I'm saying, which to me isn't very controversial at all, actually. I understand why in this climate in society, why some people might perceive it as controversial, but ultimately I'm just trying to encourage people to have happy, fulfilling relationships with each other and with yourself. I think those people just need to pause and think about why they're being triggered by this. What narrative have women been fed to make them believe that greeting their partners nicely with a hug and a kiss when they're coming from work, for example, is oppression? There just seems to be so much anger towards men, and I get it. There are bad men out there, I know that. But there's a lot of really, really amazing, great men out there too. You don't have to live a life full of resentment and anger towards men and feeling the need to be hyper independent, unhealthily independent, in this constant struggle mode, this survival mode where your nervous system's completely out of whack. Appreciating the man in your life is not a weakness on your part. Hi, I'm Holly. I explore masculine feminine dynamics in a way that you've probably not heard before, so if that's something you might be interested in, give me a follow.
Confusing social media engagement with actual human connection is producing a generation of people who feel simultaneously overexposed and profoundly alone. The algorithm delivers dopamine without intimacy. The women most dependent on online validation are often the least equipped to function in real relationships that require presence and reciprocity rather than performance.
Like, you really just should have paid for all of our food.
For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do you gotta pay for all y'all food, though?
You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me? You, are you?
Woo, bro!
Got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate cake. I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody.
You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks, bro?
That was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Y'all, hold on. This is my birthday, for real.
You're the only man at the table. You not gonna pay the check?
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. You kidding me right now?
You're honestly being cheap right now.
Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are
so
you
much
being
of your birthday.
Dre, are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry, I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank
I do have a husband.
No, so Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the
Y'all
rest of y'all, we
hold it
want to chip in.
Not us splitting checks.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going into 2026. No kids. We did it, y'all. 2026, no kids. Listen, I was dodging them pregnancies left and right like Neo from the Matrix. I got hit with a couple. I missed my period. Whoa! I think the kid is just, whoa! But we still here. We standing tall. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to one of my homegirls. She just had her baby girl. And she's like, Lewis, everything's so expensive, from the Pampers to the formulas. I spent around $400 in 2 weeks. I said, $400? That's like a 12-day round trip to Guatemala for me. She was like, it must be nice. It is. Listen, all I'm saying is, going into 2026, I know we into the freak nasty shit, but let's keep it real calm this year, ladies. Like, ladies, if he not wrapping that finger with a rock, make sure he wrapping that condom around that cock. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no 2 baby moms, 2 baby dads, half siblings. We want a family. You know what I'm saying? I know we into the freak nasty shit, but let's keep it real celibate in 2026, y'all.
The outrage about financial celibacy exposes the assumption underneath it. Men were expected to lead with the wallet, and hope partnership followed. When men reversed the sequence, requiring genuine connection before financial investment, the system that depended on the original order broke down. The crisis isn't male withdrawal. It's the exposure of what the arrangement actually was.
Why would any rational, disciplined man sign a contract where the other party can break it whenever they feel like and still legally take half of your life's work? That's not love. That's insanity. That's crazy. Because in the United States, 40 to 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So that's not rare. That's a coin flip. And here's the part that young men need to choke on. Nearly 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. Think about that. Most men aren't walking away. They're being removed from the deal. And when that happens, the government doesn't ask any questions. It doesn't investigate effort. It doesn't audit behavior. It just says, cool, split it. Half the house, half the equity, half your retirement. Sometimes your future earnings. Sometimes limiting access to your own kids. All because you signed a piece of paper that assumed that everybody in the relationship would behave forever. That's crazy. That's insane. Marriage is the only contract on planet Earth where the person who breaks it can be rewarded more than the person who upheld it. Quit a job, you don't get a paycheck. Breach a business deal, you get sued. You walk away from an investment, you eat the loss. But marriage, you can leave and still send the man the bill. Now, I already hear outrage forming in the minds of women. What if he stopped doing what he did in the beginning? What if he cheated? What if he emotionally checked out? Cool, but let's stop pretending this is a one-sided fairy tale. It takes 2 people to tango. Let me ask you a question. What did you do to make him stop wanting to you? When did sex turn into a weapon instead of connection? When did respect turn into constant nagging? When did you become entitled? When did he go from being your man to being behind the kids, the dogs, your phone, your stress, your crazy moods? When did you stop serving this relationship and just think you're just going to kick back and collect all the benefits? When he quietly became the provider, the protector, the fixer, the emotional punching bag, the walking ATM, well, you brought nothing but expectations and complaints. And then you wonder why it failed. No man wakes up one day and says, I think I'm going to blow up my family today. They drift after being ignored. They disengage after being disrespected. They shut down after being treated like a utility instead of a man. And instead of self-reflection, the story's always the same. I wasn't happy. I deserved more. I outgrew him. Funny how personal accountability evaporates right when the system rewards an exit. And that's the real issue. The system doesn't care who stopped showing up. It doesn't care who withdrew the intimacy. It doesn't care who poisoned the household. It just redistributes assets and moves the on. That's not partnership. That's legal roulette. So read your contract, understand the incentives, and stop confusing tradition with intelligence. Because if it's a bad deal on paper, it's a bad deal in real life. And men are finally waking the up and asking the only question that matters. Why in the would I ever sign that?
Spousal support calculated on relationship-era income rather than relationship-era contribution is the legal formalization of the same imbalance playing out in dating. What was built together during the marriage is fair game. Everything before and everything after belongs to the person who built it. The courts haven't caught up to that logic, and men are paying for the gap indefinitely.
If the man is handsome, educated, has money, but still single, then what could be the problem?
Bankrolling drama, validating insecurity, and subsidizing lifestyles as the price of entry for basic consideration isn't a relationship. It's a toll road with no destination. Men who identified the structure and refuse to pay aren't broken or bitter. They're applying the most fundamental standard of self-respect available and calling it exactly what it is.
Dating non-negotiables for 2026. Leaving undelivered for 16 hours. Get out of here. I'm just a girl. Bye-bye. Dude, only does Pilates. You're out of there, dude. OnlyFans. Absolutely not. Ask me where my moon is rising. See ya. Iced coffee is breakfast. Your central nervous system is cooked. Bye-bye. Can't handle dark jokes. See you later. Following your ex on social media. Out the window, dude. Well done steak. You're eating a hockey puck. Out of my car. Vegan. No. Your hormones zapped. Poor fashion sense. If you look like a sewer rat, it's done. Refer to yourself as crazy but cute. The most uncute shit I've ever heard. Isn't open to baking me sourdough. See you later. Not maternal. Bye-bye. Thinks tennis is boring. Ah! Get out of my car, dude. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Saying no to emotional debt and one-sided provision gets treated as a personal attack because it functionally is one against a system that required male compliance to operate. Men opting out aren't attacking anyone. They're simply stopping the subsidy and watching the reaction confirm everything they already suspected about why the subsidy was necessary in the first place. So, why are some men choosing financial celibacy? If these clips point to one conclusion, it's this. Many men are choosing to invest financially only after genuine commitment, reciprocity, and trust have been established. They'd rather protect their money and peace than spend heavily on relationships that feel uncertain or one-sided. That doesn't mean every relationship works this way, but if more men are adopting the same approach, it's becoming harder to dismiss it as just bitterness. The real question is whether modern dating can offer enough genuine reciprocity to make men willing to invest again. Thanks for watching MGTOW Voice. Show us your love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Support us and help spread awareness for men around the world. We welcome a healthy debate and discussion, so feel free to comment and share your thoughts.